Think back to the weekend Log4 jailbroke. Remember the cancelled holiday plans, the boardroom panic, and the sheer operational chaos. Now let's be honest with ourselves. In security, we talk a lot about when a patch is released. But what actually matters is when it is deployed across our entire hybrid environment. Now, from the moment a 0-day is whispered on the dark web to the second your very last server is patched, what is your actual exposure window? Is it 30 days? 90 days? Is it longer? Now, for decades, cybersecurity has relied on a predictable human speed timeline. A vulnerability was found, the vendor wrote a patch, and IT teams took a few months to deploy it. We lived with that lag because it often took attackers at least that long to generate an exploit. Frontier AI has completely shattered that timeline. Attackers can now generate exploits as quickly as the vulnerabilities are discovered. We are in the early days of these powerful AI models, and we are already facing an absolute deluge of new vulnerabilities. As of this past May, Project Glasswing has already flagged over 23,000 vulnerabilities. More than 6,200 of those are rated high to critical. Worse yet, the pace of attacks is 4 times faster than the last year, with 29% of these vulnerabilities now exploited within 24 hours of public disclosure. You do not have weeks to deploy protections. You don't even have days now, you have hours. The reality is that traditional security teams are stuck in a patching hamster wheel that simply cannot spin fast enough. For most software, it takes 30 to 90 days after vulnerability reporting for a patch to be available from the software vendor. Once available, the mean time to remediate for enterprise applications is still hovering around 55 days. In a world where vulnerabilities are being exploited on the very day they are disclosed, waiting an additional 3 to 5 months to patch a system is a battle defenders will lose. Trying to patch faster and faster is a losing battle. It drains your teams, disrupts operations, and increases complexity. Enterprise shouldn't be forced to choose between maintaining security and ensuring operational uptime. The new reality is to eliminate the window of exposure, defenders cannot wait for a patch. We need to move at machine speed to combat AI-enabled adversaries. So how do we match machine speed attacks? We change the rules of the game. When AI compresses the window between vulnerability discovery and exploitation to mere minutes, we need to move from reactive defenses to proactive and preemptive protections. This is why we are introducing Frontier Virtual Patching, your blueprint for pre-disclosure defense. This approach does 3 things differently. Number 1, proactive vulnerability discovery. Instead of the reactive processes of waiting for public CVE disclosures, our solution proactively hunts for hidden vulnerabilities inside critical software, including both open source and commercial software. Number 2, automated protections. Any vulnerability discovery triggers our AI-assisted pipeline to instantly build and validate robust protections at scale and at machine speed. Number 3, preemptive virtual patching. Protections are preemptively shielding your critical systems long before vulnerability is publicly disclosed or an official vendor patch exists. Protection details are held in a vault to prevent adversaries from accessing sensitive vulnerable engineering. This approach eliminates the exposure window, locking down your critical systems before an adversary even knows that the vulnerability exists. Now let's look under the hood. Frontier Virtual Patching extends the already best-in-class inline defenses of advanced threat prevention that you are all very familiar with. Our AI-assisted pipeline ingests vulnerabilities from 3 key sources. First is open source discovery. Palo Alto Networks research is using our Frontier AI harness to proactively scan and catch vulnerabilities within critical open source repositories. Second, Critical Defense Program is a consortium of software vendors through which we leverage exclusive pre-disclosure feeds from leading enterprise, OT, IoT, and medical industry partners, and vulnerability clearing houses such as IBM Lightwell. Third, the traditional sources. We complement these proactive feeds with over 20 traditional sources like in the wild exploits, vulnerability feeds, bug bounties, and commercial providers for public vulnerabilities. Any vulnerability discovery triggers our AI-assisted pipeline to instantly build and validate these robust protections, generating them ahead of vulnerability disclosures, and the release of virtual patches, shielding your environments well before you're able to apply the actual software patch. Vaulted virtual patching is a new technology innovation that eliminates the risk and the ability for attackers to access sensitive details of the vulnerabilities. And so therefore, they are kept secure and hidden from potential adversaries. This immediate shield buys your security teams the necessary time to develop, test, and deploy software patches on your own timeline, but without the compounding pressure of an active, unprotected exposure. Now, this gives you an industry-first dual defense, with frontier virtual patching providing preemptive vaulted protection before a patch is public. And then with our advanced threat prevention that delivers real-time inline protections against post-disclosure exploits via continuous AI model and signature updates. This solution eliminates your window of exposure. We are creating a continuous loop of automated machine speed defense that keeps your organization protected from this rapidly evolving threat landscape. It is time to put a proactive shield around your critical systems. Thank you.